Good morning and welcome to the daily technical update. Here's Kramer's Corner and it is the 4th of January. Another bearish move yesterday in the US markets. We have the S&P 500 testing a key support at 4,697. Just touching it here yesterday, and that is going to be the level to look out for here the next couple of days. Will it break below? Will it actually close below? If we do get a close below, well, then we are probably seeing a move down to around 4,600, possibly to 4,540, which is also around the 38.2 retracement of the entire uptrend here. So we have this rising wedge-like pattern that it's possibly breaking out of. Nasdaq did take out its support yesterday at 16,552, actually the day before that, and has moved a little bit lower also yesterday. Next support is 16,166, which is also the 61.8 retracement of the last leg up here. And if we just do very quickly, as you can see, I can just do this. So where are we? Well, then we have a 38.2 at 15,857. So the key here is 16,166 next couple of days. So the divergence on the RSI have warned about this for quite some time. Looking at the Eurostoxx 50, that broke below and closed well below 44.83 support. We are looking now at 4,400 possibly here in the next couple of days. However, you should keep an eye on the RSI on will it stay above 40 or not. That can be the key question here the next few days going into next week. And soon also we'll have to mention we will get the we'll get into the earnings season here in a couple of weeks' time, so that can of course also create some turmoil in the markets, and that turmoil or volatility is what I expect we'll see in the equities market here in general. So that's going to be interesting how we will actually get out of January on a positive or negative note, and that can actually be a kind of prediction for the rest of the year. Thanks. Touch the support at 16,470. That will be the key support that you should look out for next couple of days. If it's broken, then we are looking at 16,100 support area. And as you can see, we are ticking up a little bit today. So maybe it won't be today that we take it out. But let's see here the next couple of days. It could come under pressure once again. We have AX closed below and also starting below the day below 781 support, and now it's a resistance, and we could see a sell-off down to around 765, which is also the 38.2 retracement of this entire uptrend here since October. The Belgian markets still holding on above this rising trend line, so still doing nicely. That is the trend line to look out for, the lower one here for a break, and of course these lows here where we had this kind of a bottom and reversal pattern here. It's not a real one saying that we are doing an uptrend. So but still keep an eye on those levels at around 3,600. CAC 40 heavy sell-off yesterday, closed just above the 7,405 support. Could be tested once again, and then we're looking at 7,330. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that, but we have the 255 and also the 100 coming up here, so they will give a little bit of support in general. Then we have the SMI Switzerland here that did try to get back above 11,245, but failed yesterday. I think we could actually see it being range bound between 11,000 and a change and 11,300. 11,400 is the key strong resistance that it should test for further upside. But look out for 11,057 as a support. If it does take out that, then we're looking at levels below 11,000, 10,900, 800 levels. Euro dollar sold off heavily in starting the new year, heavily selling off. Got very close to 61.8 retracement and 108.82 and before bouncing. I think we will see a bounce here the next couple of days. So maybe that was the correction. I'm not 100% sure of that just yet. If it takes out the lows from yesterday, well, then we can see a move down to around 108.12, which is the 786 retracement of this little uptrend we had here. But taking up now, and if we get back above 110, well, then we could see a push towards the 111, possibly higher. So that will be interesting here the next couple of days. Keep an eye out on those levels there. Dollar yen, trying to bounce further, and there should be room up to around 144.95, and we have the 38.2 retracement just below at 144.70. I think we will get there. Whether we will break this and move higher towards 147 is debatable. So I think we will see a rejection if we get up to 144.95. On the euro yen. Euro yen also bouncing after it bounced off the 200 moving average, and a move up to 158.5 is in the cards. But then we have the 55 and 100 moving average also kind of putting a lid over there. So that will be a struggle to penetrate. A move out there, and then I think we'll see a rejection. Aussie yen also taking higher, and as I mentioned yesterday, it is really strong support here at the lower end of the cloud, which is just around the 96 level, 95.80, and I think we will see Aussie yen taking back above the cloud and testing the 97.58 retracement, resistance there. So look out for that level. That is likely to be key. Jumping straight to the dollar index, that has retraced 50% of the last leg down there, and I think we'll see a move up towards the 102.76 possibly, but it will be it is a levels to look out for. Is the peak yesterday at 102.42. If it can't take out that, well, then expect weakness sliding back lower below 101.60. If we get back in this area here again, I think we'll see a downtrend resuming. So key level to look out for, peak yesterday for a move towards 102.76, possibly above 103 to 103.42. Gold has retraced 50% of this leg up here to 2030, bouncing a little bit this morning. Whether it will bounce higher is still up in the air. It could still drop down to the 61.8 retracement at 2017. It is not out of the question. We have still the RSI being in a positive sentiment, but we are below 60, and there was divergence actually, and we should have drawn this little right there. So we actually do have divergence on the RSI, indicating at least short term that was the peak. So I think we will see gold being stuck range bound between 2080 and between 2000 here the next couple of weeks. Silver has sold off quite heavily yesterday, bouncing off the 786 retracement just around $23, and I think we'll see a bounce here the next couple of days. What is interesting is we got actually the RSI below 40, but we have seen this before, and we still have seen a nice bounce. So I think we could see a nice bounce up to around 23.5, possibly a little bit higher. It is still above the cloud, hasn't broken below the cloud, so keep an eye on that one. That is key here the next couple of days. We have copper. I think we will see it range bound between 382 and 400. But overall, in this year, I'm fairly bullish on copper. Platinum, which we have talked about more and more, retraced 38.2 to the 967 level. I still think we could see it dipping a little bit lower, maybe to test the 200 moving average and the 50% at 952. But the uptrend is clear, and I'm not too worried unless we start taking out this lower rising trend line here. On the energy side, and I will do an update, a written update a little bit later this morning, we have the WTI that touched the 786 retracement at 69.52 of this upwards move here, picking up pace again. And if it does break above the upper falling trend line here, it's just merely a guideline. But if it does break above it, well, then we could see a retest of the peak here we have here about a week ago, and a possible move up to a low high 70s, 77.5, possibly up to $79 on the crude oil. The Brent also retraced almost 786 of this uptrend, but it definitely took at the 61.8 here, also trying to move higher towards the 80 level, 81, possibly 82 here the next few days. And finally, on the US 10-year, it did touch 4% yesterday, just on the dot almost. I think we still see it's slowly crawling higher and having another go at 4%. If it does close above 4 or 5%, then expect a move towards 420, 425. All right, that's all for today. Another busy day ahead of the market, expect that. And I say thank you and have a nice day and happy trading from my home office.